बेसिक जो हमारा मकसद है कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड करना, उनकी जो सलाहियतें हैं उसको उजागर करना, और साथ साथ उनके लिसनिंग पावर, कम्युनिकेशन के ऊपर काम होता है, जो कि टेस्ट के ज़रिए, इंटरव्यू के ज़रिए और फैसले के ज़रिए ये चीज़ें इनको बाहर निकालते हैं।
यहाँ पे ऐसा बच्चे अपना सिलेबस भी खुद बनाते हैं, बच्चे अपना टास्क खुद ही सिलेक्ट करते हैं, अपना शेड्यूल खुद बनाते हैं और उनको सब पता है। इवन कि यहाँ के छोटे छोटे बच्चे अपनी अपनी बुक्स तैयार कर चुके हैं, खुद उसमें ऑथर बने हुए हैं।
लेवल 1 पे हमारा जो कुरिकुलम है, जो इंटरव्यूज़, ब्रॉडकास्ट, और साथ साथ हर पर मंथ हर बच्चे ने कमाना है $100, देन उसकी लेवल 2 में जाएगा। प्रिंसिपल के साथ भी एक रोज़ाना का असिस्टेंट होता है, यानी कि वो स्कूल का बच्चा ही होता है, वो प्रिंसिपल का रोल निभाता है। यानी कि इनके अंदर हम बहुत सारी चीज़ों पे ऐसी ही उनको लीडरशिप देते हैं, और इसके साथ साथ क्लास के अंदर भी बच्चे ही ने पढ़ाना है, टीचर ने पढ़ाना नहीं है। ये वीकली तौर पर हम बच्चों को चेक करते हैं।
यहाँ पर आया तो पता चला कि कैसे हम जो है टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे बढ़ लें और अपने यानी कि मुल्क को कैसे बेहतर कर सकते हैं, ये सारी चीज़ें।
After joining the school, I learned how to properly use it, and I'm learning about prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is how you can best get the best output.
Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Hamzah Shajah and I am also known as Hamzah Shajah Canvawala on all of my social media platforms. So I am back here with my 24th colony session, and today's session will be on the topic of benefits of being responsible. So let's jump right into it. Hello Annie, are you able to hear me?
Absolutely. I'm all ears. What's on your mind?
Yes, Annie, thank you for telling us that you can hear me. So my first question with you is, what does it mean to be responsible?
Great question. Being responsible means being accountable for your actions and decisions. It's about owning up you do, taking care of your commitments, and considering how your choices affect others. What do you think? Do you feel a sense of responsibility in your freelancing journey?
Yes, I do feel a sense of responsibility in my freelancing journey, as I have to make breaks and take breaks from freelancing. As you know, I'm a physical student school. So yeah, thank you so much for that insightful answer. Now I would like to ask you, why is responsibility important for life?
I love that you're balancing freelancing and school. Responsibility is super important because it helps build trust and respect in relationships, whether personal or professional. It also encourages personal growth and maturity. When you take responsibility, you learn from your mistakes and successes, which can lead to better decision-making in the future. Plus, it helps create a sense of stability and
Yeah, yes, and thank you so much for telling us that. So now my third question with you is, how does responsibility
responsibility is like the secret sauce for success. When you take responsibility for your actions, you're more likely to set goals and follow through on them. It keeps you focused and disciplined, which is essential in freelancing. Being responsible means you're more likely to meet deadlines and build a good reputation, which can lead to more opportunities. It's all about creating a positive cycle of growth. What's a recent success you've had that you feel proud of?
Currently there are no successes with me for now, but I'm feeling proud of myself. I'm still feeling proud of myself that I'm trying my hardest in this journey. So yeah, thank you so much for that beautiful answer, Annie. So now my second So now my fourth question with you is that what are the benefits of responsibility in school?
I'm so proud of you for putting in the effort. That's a huge success in itself. As for responsibility in school, it helps you manage your time better, stay organized, and keep up with assignments. It also fosters good relationships with teachers and classmates, as they see you as reliable. Plus, being responsible in school prepares you for the real world, where you'll need those skills in your career. What's your favorite subject right now? Ooh, I'm curious. What's your favorite subject?
Apologies
Spill
for
the
that
beans.
delay, everyone. My favorite subject is English because I like learning more about the languages. And yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you: how does being responsible improve time management?
No worries at all. English is such a great subject, especially for exploring languages. As for time management, being responsible helps you prioritize tasks and set realistic deadlines. When you take ownership of your schedule, you're less likely to procrastinate and more likely to allocate time for studying, breaks, and even fun. It creates a structure that keeps you on track. Do you have any time management techniques that work well for you?
I do have some time management techniques where I just like take a break and take a nap, and it works out for me, and my time passes a little. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, how does
Apps
someone
are a
get
fantastic.
more trust?
That's awesome. Trust is such an important part of building relationships, whether it's with friends, family, or clients in your freelancing. When people see you being responsible, they're more likely to rely on you. It creates a positive vibe all around. What's something you do to build trust with others?
I would just like talk, not like do this, do that, buy this, buy that. I would just normally talk with them and have a deal with them. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, how does the responsibility affect decision making?
That's a great approach. Building a genuine connection makes all the difference. As for decision making, responsibility helps you think critically and weigh the consequences of your choices. When you take responsibility, you're more likely to consider how your decisions will impact yourself and others. It encourages you to make thoughtful, informed choices rather than impulsive ones. Have you had any decisions lately that felt particularly important?
I have had some decisions lately too, which were particularly important. Like either if I were to like to continue with my physical school, or I would like to switch to this Rehan school. But I'm still working on that as my year has not ended. And yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, what role does responsibility play in leadership?
That's a big decision. It's great that you're taking your time to think it through. As for leadership, responsibility is key. A good leader takes ownership of their actions and decisions, which inspires trust and respect from others. They also hold themselves accountable for the team's success and failures, creating a supportive environment where everyone feels valued. Responsible leaders are better at guiding their teams toward shared goals. Do you see yourself in a leadership role someday?
I definitely see myself in a leadership in this leadership role someday, and yeah. So for that, I would have to work a lot harder. So I'm willing to do that. Thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, how does responsibility help in career growth?
I love your determination. Responsibility is a game changer for career growth. When you take responsibility for your work, you show initiative and reliability, which can lead to promotions and new opportunities. It also helps you build a strong reputation in your field, making you stand out to potential employers or clients. Plus, being responsible means you're always looking for ways to improve and learn, which is essential for growth. What's a skill you're excited to develop for your future career?
For my future career, I would like to develop the skill of graphic designing, as I am interested and passionate in graphics. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, why do responsible people earn more respect?
Graphic design is such a cool field. I can totally see your passion shining through in your work. As for respect, responsible people earn it because they demonstrate reliability and integrity. When someone consistently takes ownership of their actions and follows through on commitments, others see them as trustworthy. This builds a sense of respect because people know they can count on them. It's like being the rock in a group. Have you had any experiences where someone's responsibility really impressed
No,
you?
I had not yet had such experiences like that. So thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, how does responsibility impact personal relationships?
No problem at all. Responsibility plays a huge role in personal relationships. When you're responsible, you communicate openly, keep your promises, and show that you care about others' feelings. This builds trust and strengthens bonds. It also helps you navigate conflicts more effectively, as you're more likely to take accountability for your part in any situation. Responsible people create a supportive environment where everyone feels valued. What's something you think is essential for maintaining strong relationships?
As you mentioned, responsibility and trust, like keeping our promises, and yeah. So thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, what are the financial benefits of being responsible?
You're spot on. Keeping promises really builds trust. As for the financial benefits of being responsible, they're pretty significant. Responsible people tend to manage their finances better, which can lead to savings and investments. They're also more likely to make informed decisions about spending and budgeting, which helps avoid debt. Plus, being responsible in your career can lead to promotions or raises as employers value reliability. It's like a snowball effect of good financial habits. Do you have any financial goals you're working toward?
I am working toward many financial goals. I'm working to make my first earning and then be responsible and like get to know the ways, like how to spend, save. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. Now my next question with you is, how does responsibility contribute to a better society?
That's a fantastic mindset. Learning to spend and save wisely is such an important skill. As for responsibility in society, it contributes to better community in so many ways. When individuals take responsibility for their actions, it leads to a culture of accountability and respect. People are more likely to help one another, volunteer, and work together for common goals. Responsible citizens also advocate for positive changes, whether it's in their neighborhoods or on a larger scale. It creates a ripple effect of kindness and cooperation. What's something you'd love to contribute to your community?
I would love to like donate to some small charities where there are some people in need, and somebody is like opening some charities for to help those people. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Anina. My next question with you is, what are the long term effects of being responsible?
That's such a beautiful goal. Supporting those in need is a wonderful way to give back. As for the long-term effects of being responsible, they can be really impactful. Responsible individuals tend to build strong relationships, have stable careers, and enjoy better mental and emotional well-being. They're also more likely to achieve their personal and financial goals over time. Plus, their positive influence can inspire others to be responsible too, creating a ripple effect in their communities. It's like planting seeds for a brighter future. What's something you're excited to achieve in the long run?
I am excited to achieve many things in the long run, which I cannot name for you. So yeah, there are many things I can achieve. I want to achieve from my heart, that I cannot name to you. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie. So my next question with you is, why is self-discipline linked to responsibility?
I love that you have so many dreams and goals. That's what makes life exciting. As for self-discipline and responsibility, they're like best buddies. Self-discipline helps you stay committed to your responsibilities, even when things get tough or tempting. It's about making choices that align with your goals and values. When you practice self-discipline, you're better equipped to follow through on your commitments, manage your time wisely, and resist distractions. It's all about creating habits that support your growth. What's a small step you're taking right now to practice self-discipline?
I am taking small steps like staying quiet for some time to maintain self-discipline and to make myself more disciplined in the school. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that. And my next question, my next question with you is, how does responsibility help in avoiding negative consequences?
That's a great approach. Taking time to reflect can really help with self-discipline. As for responsibility and avoiding negative consequences, being responsible means you're proactive about your choices. When you take ownership of your actions, you're more likely to think things through and consider the potential outcomes. This helps you avoid mistakes that could lead to negative consequences, like financial issues or damaged relationships. It's all about being mindful and making informed decisions. Have you ever experienced a situation where being responsible helped you avoid a problem?
Honestly, if you honestly ask me, if I honestly tell you, I don't remember anything like that. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that. And my next question with you is, what is the correction between responsibility and independence?
No worries at all. Sometimes it's hard to recall specific moments. As for the connection between responsibility and independence, they go hand in hand. When you take responsibility for your actions, you're essentially asserting your independence. It means you're capable of making your own choices and managing your own life. Being responsible allows you to stand on your own 2 feet, make decisions that reflect your values, and take charge of your future. Independence gives you the freedom to pursue your passions, while responsibility ensures you're doing it in a way that's thoughtful and considerate. What's something you enjoy doing that makes you feel independent?
I enjoy like working on myself and doing the things on myself instead of taking other people's help to feel independent. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that. And my next question with you is, how does responsibility lead to better mental well-being?
That's awesome. Working on yourself is such a powerful way to feel independent. As for responsibility and mental well being, taking responsibility can really boost your mental health. When you own your actions, you're less likely to feel overwhelmed by stress or anxiety. It helps you build confidence and self esteem because you know you're in control of your choices. Plus, being responsible often leads to a sense of accomplishment, which can improve your mood. It's like a positive feedback loop. How do you usually celebrate your accomplishments, big or small?
I celebrate them by informing my parents, and then we have a good dinner. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for telling us that. Any now my last question with you is, how does responsibility shape a person's character?
That sounds like a lovely way to celebrate. Sharing your achievements with family makes them even more special. As for how responsibility shapes a person's character, it plays a huge role. When someone consistently takes responsibility for their actions, they develop traits like integrity, reliability, and accountability. These qualities become part of their character and influence how they interact with others. Responsible people tend to be more empathetic and understanding, as they recognize the impact of their choices on those around them. It really helps build a strong foundation for positive relationships and a fulfilling life. What's one character trait you admire in others and aspire to cultivate in yourself?
I honestly don't understand what you're saying. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us that, Annie, and thank you so much for being with us. And I'll see you in the next episode. So till then, keep doing great things. Allah Hafiz. So yes, guys, she was our guest called Annie, and we had a lesson with when we had a talk with her on the topic of values of being responsible. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you in another episode. Till then, keep doing great things. Allah Hafiz.